Montel wasn't like other kids in Belbridge. He saw things, felt things. Not just the everyday but echoes of the past, whispers of the future. It started with dreams, vivid and unsettling. A burning house, a lost child, a name whispered on the wind. Then came the knowing. Touching an object, he'd be flooded with images, emotions, entire lifetimes. By the time he was 10, the whole town knew. Montel had the sight. At first, it was curiosity, neighbors dropping by with lost trinkets, hoping Montel could tell them where to find their missing cat. Mrs. Henderson swore he brought back her wedding ring, lost since the war, but whispers turned to murmurs. A group of teenagers claimed Montel made the power go out during their Halloween party. Old Man Hemlock accused him of knowing about the storm that ruined his crops. Fear, like a weed, began to take root in Belbridge's fertile ground. The stares started, then the whispers behind cupped hands. Kids stopped inviting Montel to play, mothers pulled their children away on the street, even adults he'd known his whole life, folks who used to ruffle his hair and offer him cookies, now crossed the road to avoid him. The town built their walls of fear, brick by hateful brick. Montel became an outcast, alone in a town that no longer saw him as a boy, but as a curse. Loneliness can twist even the purest intentions. Montel, starved for connection, started using his gift to manipulate. He'd let slip winning lottery numbers, subtly influence a town council vote, even orchestrate a minor accident to discredit a bully. His actions, born of desperation and pain, solidified the town's fear. They called him a demon, a monster, a danger to their peaceful existence. They were right. He'd become the very thing they feared. Belbridge thrived, or so it seemed, but it was a hollow victory, built on the ostracized back of a lonely young man. Montel, meanwhile, withered, the once bright spark in his eyes dimmed to embers. He retreated to the fringes of town, a self-imposed exile in the decaying Victorian house on the hill. The whispers followed him, but now they were echoes in the cavernous halls of his own making. He was a prisoner in a gilded cage of his own design. It culminated on a stormy summer night. A flash flood, unexpected and vicious, swallowed Willow Creek, trapping a school bus full of children. The bridge was out, the road impassable. Panic clawed at the heart of Belbridge. Then someone remembered. Montel. He could see the future, couldn't he? He could save them, couldn't he? Desperate, they hammered on his door, pleading for the help they'd so vehemently denied him. Montel watched from his window, the townspeople's fear-stricken faces illuminated by lightning flashes. He saw their desperation, heard their pleas, and for a moment, he hesitated. Years of rejection, of being labeled a monster, had hardened his heart. But as the storm raged, mirroring the tempest within him, he saw the terrified faces of the children trapped on the bus. He saw their innocence, their vulnerability. He saw himself, a scared little boy yearning for acceptance, and something in him broke. He left without a word, disappearing into the storm. Using his sight, he guided rescuers through treacherous backroads, navigating fallen trees and surging water. He saw the submerged bus, felt the children's dwindling hope. With a strength born of desperation and newfound purpose, he helped pull them to safety, one by one. By the time the sun rose, everyone was accounted for. Montel, exhausted but strangely at peace, collapsed on the riverbank, the grateful tears of a town washing over him like a cleansing rain. The events of that night changed everything. Belbridge learned a valuable, if painful, lesson about the dangers of prejudice and the redemptive power of forgiveness. Montel, forever marked by his choices, finally found a place in the town that had shunned him. He was their savior, their protector. But he was also a constant reminder of their own failings. The sight, once a curse, became a bridge, connecting him to the people he'd once pushed away. It was a fragile piece, haunted by the ghosts of the past. But it was a start. And sometimes a start is all it takes.